In this video, we're going to talk about how to round whole numbers. These problems will be like those from section 1.5 of the textbook. Numbers 3, 7, 13, 15, 19, 21, and 23. So let's look at our first problem here. We want to round 185 to the nearest 10. To the nearest 10, we are between 18 and 19 tens, which would be between 180 on the low end and 190 on the upper end. Our rules tell us that we look at the next place value over to the place value we want to round to. We want to round to the tens here. So we're going to look at the ones, the one immediately to the right. And if this digit here is 5 or greater, we're going to round up. If it's 4 or below, we're going to round down. So our only options are to round up to 190 or to round down to 180 here, because those are to the nearest 10. And because 5 is greater than or equal to 5, we're going to round up to 190. Our next problem, we want to round 895 to the nearest 10. So we either have 89 tens or we have 90 tens. And this 5 is what we're going to use to round to the 10 spot. And we're going to round up again to 900. So that's like saying this 5 rounds that 9 up to a 10, and we put a 0 there as a placeholder and carry the 1. And 1 plus 8 is 9. Now we want to round 641,387 to the nearest 100. The 100 spot is here, and we're going to use that 8 here to round up like so. Now we're going to round 64,499 to the nearest 1,000. The thousands place value is here, so we're going to have to look at the hundreds. Because that 4 is less than 5, we're going to round down to 64,000. The next problem, we're going to round 16,833,023 to the nearest 10 million. That's this place value here that we want to round to. So we're going to look at the place value immediately to its right, the millions. This 6 million, it's greater than or equal to 5. So we're going to round up to 20 million. This next problem, we're going to use a table and we're going to round several times to several different place values. So we've got the number 2174. We want to round it to the nearest tens, then to the nearest hundreds, then to the nearest thousands. Round it to the nearest tens. We look at this 4 that's in the ones place, and that's going to make us round down to 2,170. When we round to the nearest hundreds, we look at the 7 that's in the 10 spot, and we would round up to 2,200 or 2,200. And to round to the thousands place value, we would look at the 1 that's in the 100 spot, and we would round down to 2,000. Another table here. We have tens, hundreds, and thousands again. This time our number is 4,333. So to round to the tens, we look at the 3 that's in the ones place, and we're going to round down to 4,330. To round to the hundreds place, we look at the 3 that's in the tens place, and we round down to 4,300. And to round to the thousands place, we look at the 3 that's in the hundreds place, and we round down to 4,000. All right, that's it for rounding whole numbers. Come back next time and we will talk about some multiplication of whole numbers.